Howdy, y'all. So we got the L33 out a little red. I got been draining the oil for a couple days. Hopefully it's all leaked out of it by now so I can flip that thing over and reseal it up because it's leaking. Put the new Stage 4 cam in it. The Summit Stage 4, the NA cam. That should have some nice little thump to it. Anyway, I've had some questions on the dimensions of the motor mounts and the transmission mount. So let's get into that. Honestly, you don't really need the dimensions. All I did, let's start with the transmission first. Get you some dimensions on that. That'll probably be helpful. Oh, too old for this crap. If I can get under here. Oh, sweet and fluffy. All right, hang on. All right, we'll do the best we can with the exhaust still under here. So you can see all we did was we sectioned the transmission cross member. We reused the factory transmission mount, the Mopar transmission mount. We simply pulled that in a little bit, the mounting tabs, then re-welded it to the center bushing holder, and then burnt out the rubber bushing and put in a poly bushing. So the factory Mopar transmission mount will work on the 4L80. Now, so the width of my transmission cross member where I sectioned it is see that? About 18 and a quarter. And then it's moved back. This sucks. It's moved back. It looks like 2 3/4. And it's dropped. Somebody should have pulled the exhaust, huh? What a moron. It looks like 1.5 inches. It's dropped. And then the plate itself, which is simply 1/4 inch mild steel plate that we picked up, this plate here, is 4 inches. I'm sorry. Looks like by 10. See how nauseous you can get. Hopefully you can see what we got going on here. Hopefully that makes sense on what you're trying to do. Honestly, I didn't measure much of anything. All I did was I put the engine and transmission together, dropped it in the bay with the engine hoist and a transmission jack under the pan, got everything lined up like I wanted it, and then just started marking pieces. So you section your transmission cross member, you make your new mount, you bolt the center section of the transmission cross member to the transmission, put your sectioned the frame sides of the cross member in, and get the transmission where you want it situated. Get your little 4 inch by 10 inch 1/4 inch pieces in there. Get them all marked or even tacked in place. Then you can pull, after you get your motor mount set up, you can pull that back out and fully weld it. Hopefully this makes sense. If I figured it out, y'all can. So here's our engine mounts. And so for this, all I did, I got the transmission in there, got it lined up like I wanted it, got it hung down in here off the hoist like I wanted it. Then took 1/4 inch steel plate, scrap pieces from the wrecking yard. They were square originally. And I just put the motor mounts on the engine. All right. Left this bolt a little bit loose, or nut, excuse me. Then I slid the 1/4 inch plates in there underneath it until it was wedged between the frame, the cross member, and the engine, which gave me where I needed to have everything lined up. And then I just started marking and cutting, and you knew where it needed to be at that point. So let's get some measurements. OSHA approved footwear, but at this point, what can the government actually get right? So this piece here ended up 5 5/8, 5 3/4, somewhere in there. This sucks. This piece ended up about 11 1/2. See that? And this is all angled. I don't know the angle. It's honestly not hard to figure out. Just put it in there and start marking like you want it. This top piece, where to measure that one. Bottom one's probably the same. Yep, about 5 1/4. I think they're 1 1/2 if I remembered right. There you can see how it's sitting. All right. All right, makes sense. It's actually pretty easy. Man, if I can do this with a 7th grade education and no skills, y'all can do it. And that's set up here at the top. It is that wide. This will get you all in the ballpark. Alrighty? Man, I hope that helps. I don't know how else to do it, really. Y'all have a good afternoon.